Now, water is his interest. The waves of this interest were born in India, where he helped to restore a polluted river. The same waves brought him later to Oxford, where he studied water management. Finally, he's now swimming in the academic environment of Swiss Federal Institute of Aquatic Science and Technology, where he's doing his PhD on, you guessed it, water. So he's a winner of many awards, including Zurich FameLab semifinal, a passionate speaker, and seems to be a real Aquaman. He's going to tell us today why shit matters. Abishek Narayan.
Is my mic perfect? Great. Hello, everyone. I have a question for you. What do you think is the one invention that has saved the most number of lives in human history? Some of you are already thinking about vaccines or even face masks, given the current times. But the one invention that has saved more than 1 billion lives is nothing but the humble toilet. Yet, today, over 2 billion people still lack access to improved sanitation. Now, what that means is more people have access to cell phones than to functional toilets. Because of this, drinking water sources gets contaminated with diarrheal diseases, leading to the deaths of close to 1 million people every single year, of which half the number are just children under the age of 5. This also has a big economic impact, $250 billion per year to be precise. That is half the GDP of Switzerland. But at the same time, for every $1 that you invest in sanitation, you get at least 6 in return by way of reduced healthcare costs and improved productivity. But despite these economic, environmental, and public health incentives, we still haven't solved the sanitation problem. Now, one of the reasons for this is because we are still relying only on conventional sewer-based solutions, which basically transport our friends, pee and poo, from individual households all the way to a large centralized treatment plant. But these sewer-based solutions need a lot of water, a lot of space, and money, all three of which cities in developing countries across sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia don't have in plenty. That is why my research focuses on planning cities with alternative solutions, which could be decentralized at a community scale, where we can enable resource recovery of water, energy, and nutrients for your gardens. Well, by doing this, we have the possibility of recovering about 95% of all that you flush. And to me, that is why shit matters. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abhishek. Questions?
What is holding kind of the research you do back from already being used in these countries, or is it being used already?
Yes, for that matter, there's a big new wave because in the last 50 years, we've really mastered technologies at scale. But then we still haven't really figured out at what scale, when we decentralize things, can we still be economical? Can we still enable resource recovery and reuse opportunities? And that degree of decentralization is what we're still struggling with. And the other major point is our mindsets. All cities, mayors across the world, especially in developing countries, want the conventional Victorian style and European infrastructure that, they want a big treatment plant where there could be a ribbon that could be cut, for example. These small-scale solutions still are not seen as sexy enough, and people don't want things on their backyard. So that is slowly changing, and one of the cool things is Bill Gates, one of the richest and arguably one of the smartest men on the planet, is investing heavily in sanitation. So it kind of shows that the trends are changing.
More questions? Susan?
What has been the biggest surprise throughout your research in the last years, where you felt, wow, I really haven't known that before?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So I'm an engineer by training first. And when I was working on a river restoration, I thought, okay, here's this really cool reactor that could be decentralized, and then everybody can take water, the polluted water from the river, which then becomes treated, and then people can have good water. But then once I started doing field research, I understood that you cannot solve a problem with engineering when the problem itself isn't fundamentally engineering. So it's a complex situation of policy, of institutional capacities, of policies, and also of socio-cultural norms that exist already. So this was a really big surprise to me coming as an engineer, thinking there's a lot more complexity involved in solving this.
All right. Thank you very much, Abhishek.
Thank you.